Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel, and today with the help of Minnie and Penelope, our two new piggies, and the rest of the herd, we're going to share our best taming advice and recommended techniques to try at home with your own guinea pigs. So since we brought Minnie and Penelope home, and after the last few videos especially, I've had loads of questions and comments saying how come my new guinea pigs are already so tame and what did I do to make them that way? And as well, you guys have been sharing your concerns about piggies who seem to always run away or seem afraid of you as their owner. So I thought I'd share with you the main things I've been doing with these two, as well as some important aspects of guinea pig care that I think do make a real difference when it comes to taming. And first of all, an explanation and hopefully some reassurance. So Minnie and Penelope were partly tame when they came to me. I got them when they were almost 4 months old, and now they are just over 5 months old. They have continued to improve a lot in the last month, but age also makes a real difference. So if you've got baby piggies just now, you could be looking at another 2 or 3 months before they're at this point. And for anyone with older piggies, you can help them become more tame at any point in their lives, so all of this applies to you as well. But it's important that we manage our expectations. Guinea pigs are prey animals and there ain't no getting around that. So try not to get disheartened when you think your guinea pig is frightened of you. Just because they might run away and hide doesn't mean they are terrified. It's far more likely to be a standard reaction to something they just didn't see coming. And they are unlikely to ever completely get over having these inbuilt reactions. 4 out of 5 of my own pigs still get spooked, and I've just simply had to learn how not to take them off guard, which is hopefully what I'm going to help you with. The 5th piggy, by the way, is Nacho, and he's just a chiller, but he's also male, and male piggies are usually more confident and less bothered in general than females. Individual personalities also vary amongst both males and females though, and one piggy's version of tame might not be the same as another piggy's. On to my second piece of advice, and that's to have an indoor setup, or one that you can visit often and spend time there with your pigs. I think this makes a big difference, because taming isn't just about directly interacting with them, it's about being close by and letting them get to know you over time, to see and hear and smell you and get used to your presence. So lately, I've been working in this room with them every day, and now they just see me as part of the furniture. That doesn't mean you have to give up everything to sit with your pigs all day though. If you haven't already, try putting their cage in a room that gets used a lot by people in the house, and where there's things going on around them, so long as it's nothing too loud or too chaotic. Also, it might sound strange, but the items you use in the cage can make a difference too. For example, if you find that your pigs are spending a lot of time hidden away in hidey houses, it doesn't always mean they're scared to come out. More likely it's that they've got into the habit of always wanting to be undercover, and the more dark and enclosed a hidey house is, the more chance of this happening. You'll notice how in my cage I don't use a lot of dark enclosed hideys. I like to offer some cover in the form of hammocks and wooden bendy bridges, alongside more open cozy spots for them to enjoy and relax out in the open. Okay, on to a proper taming technique next, and that's interacting with them in the cage, but always in a way that doesn't take them off guard. Remember that thing about them being prey animals? Eventually this will come naturally, but in the beginning you need to actively remember not to take them by surprise. They should always be able to see you coming, so alert them to your presence by talking to them, or position your hand off to the side and make sure they notice it before you get too close. Then you can do a combination of letting them just sniff your hand and moving your hand as though you're going to stroke them, but without lifting it too high up, because that's what can spook them and make them run. See how they react, and only go in for the stroke if they seem like they're going to stay put. If they do run away, just try again in a few minutes. You've really not scared them that much. Some pigs, like Phoebe here, just will not let you stroke them if they're out in the open, just stood around in the cage. However, it's a different story if she's laid down in a bed, so try to work out if and when they will tolerate being touched. And we're not forcing them here, by the way. In my experience, most piggies do actually like being stroked, and they'll show their appreciation by purring and even laying down and yawning. Most just like being stroked behind their ears and along their upper back, so start with their head and don't go too far down their back or sides, otherwise they probably will flinch and run away. Unless they're Nacho, of course. Tip number 4 is a bit of a wild card, but I thought I'd include it because it really does make a difference in my experience, and it's having adult piggies around. I know it's not straightforward because you either have them or you don't, but introducing your babies to one or more tame adult pigs is one of the best ways to speed up the taming process for young piggies. You saw the difference in Minnie and Penelope when I put them in with the herd, and I've seen that time and time again with baby guinea pigs. They watch and learn from the adults. So if you're planning on getting guinea pigs, and especially if it's your first time, I would seriously consider adopting either adult piggies or one adult and one baby pig, so you can get the best of both worlds. And if you have a single baby guinea pig and know you need to get them a friend, why not add a more confident adult from a rescue? If you have a pair of babies, only do this if you really are committed to having a herd and you already have the space for 3 or more guinea pigs. At number 5 we have food, which of course is loved by all piggies, but we need to know how best to use it when it comes to taming. And the simple answer is as often as possible, but here are a few examples. Try talking to them whilst you put in some fresh hay and see if they want to take individual strands from you. Their favourite pieces are often the timothy heads and the soft grassy bits. With pellets, you can try hand feeding some before putting them in the bowl. And you can also use dried treats like pea flakes a few times a day to get them to come up to you and start trying to get them to stretch up onto their back legs. There's more to it than them just looking adorable here, and it's not cruel, I promise. This is putting them in a vulnerable position and then rewarding them for their confidence. And lastly, hand feed fresh vegetables, and when you go to put the rest down for them, try and see if they'll let you stroke them whilst they're distracted and eating. Number 6 is regular handling. So once they're settled and happily taking food from you, continue with everything else, but at least once a day, take them out of the cage for snuggles in a blanket. The blanket is really important so that they can hide away in it if they want to. And as for picking them up, I have a really useful video on this which I will link below and at the end of the video, but if you're not too sure, an easy way to start is by scooping them up in a snuggle sack or a tunnel. And again, it's totally normal for guinea pigs to run away when they're being picked up, and they are highly unlikely to ever get over this. So when you see experienced people picking up their guinea pigs and making it look dead easy, it's just because they have the techniques down and know what works best with their individual pigs. You'll get to that stage too, but you need to practice in order to get there, so don't shy away from picking up your guinea pigs. And just like with being stroked in the cage, most guinea pigs do enjoy lap time once they are snuggled down and nice and warm in a blanket. I've also found that more naturally shy piggies who might be a bit skittish tend to be the more snuggly ones, whereas confident pigs can get a bit restless and impatient to get back with their friends. Which reminds me, it's totally fine to get your piggies out for cuddles on their own, but they'll probably be happier in pairs. That's all my tips on taming for today, guys. Here's that video on picking your guinea pigs up. It's a really useful one, and I hope this video has been useful as well. If it has, please drop us a like and a comment and let us know how taming is going with your own piggies. It varies, but more often than not, taming takes time and patience and dedication, but it's so worth it in the end. Okay everyone, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!